Welcome back to the Kingdom of Nerds. This is the other comic show, and tonight we are joined by Nerdy Geek. Joe's Doolin is back.
Back.
We got Matt Heroes for Hire Comic Club, aka Big Poppy, aka Marvel Shell. And we have the Queen of the Kingdom, Mama Bear.
Mama Bear.
We have a good show for you guys tonight. I didn't put this in the thumbnail, but we are doing 10 good Adam Hughes covers you can pick up for a fairly cheap price.
Because it's gone crazy. You haven't seen it.
There's some books that Adam Hughes did that had disappeared completely off of eBay. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes 23 is completely gone.
Which, if you have one, I'll buy it.
I got one that's a little harder to find than that.
On Adam Hughes, you gonna show it off today?
The Pop Gill one.
I'm sure I can pull it off. The Kickstarter, the Zorro Kickstarter.
Ooh.
Yeah, cool.
So make sure you hit that like, subscribe. And if you're watching from the rafters, please comment in the chat. And there's a poll up. Is Marvel Comics in serious trouble?
My poll's always up.
I noticed in Baltimore. Notice.
Yes, please.
We're gonna go with my top 10 favorite covers of the week because don't forget my top 10 list is serious.
Hey, Bruce,
Yes.
if your poll is up for more than 4 hours, you should consult a physician.
I have a physician on call.
Okay.
You gotta go to urgent care for that or the ER. They gotta drain that bad boy.
Yeah, I saw that on the pit.
Yeah.
I can't. I watched it. I tried to watch the pit. That first episode, I was like, nope, can't do it.
That thing was very turgid.
Ooh.
I love the pit. I've watched both seasons twice already.
Really? We have Pops. What's up, Kingdom of Nerds, aka Brucifer? What's up, everybody on the panel? What's up, everybody in live chat? I hope everybody had a good Sunday. Pops.
Hello, Pops.
Cali Comics, the asshole of the internet.
Cali, my brother.
K2.
What's up, Callie?
Missing Mars. Hello, Mama Bear. Hello. Digger Jim is here. Hey, Digger Jim.
Mars.
Whoa.
Gotta get you back on Jeopardy.
Boggs
is here. Want to hang out with Boggs in a few days? Well, 50 days. About 50 days? Yeah.
Yeah, under 50 days now.
Yeah,
Hero time, baby.
Dave 911 New York City is here.
What up, Dave?
Madam is here. Hey, Madam.
Hello, madam.
Myers is here. Nothing different will come from Marvel. This is the same as when WB acquired DC and fired everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
They're good at their job. They're 99.9%. Jim the Bag Snob is here.
Jim.
Took a lot of hard work to earn the asshole internet title World Champ, baby. Let's go.
Branding, and he loves it.
The guy with the gray beard is Joe's Doolin. Actually,
That's Mama Bear, not Christina.
Mama Bear.
Doesn't even fit in. Doesn't even fit in frame anymore. It's all the way down to here.
Holy crap! Oh, there we go. We can see the names again.
Yeah, it's starting to encroach on my territory.
I like when it's that big. I can hide behind my name.
Yeah, I like it. I was kind of ducking back under here, Joe, like that.
Yeah.
Joffrey, what's up?
Pop up every now and then. I like that. See,
It's good. It's good for hiding bonus, actually.
I like it.
Why does yours come from the side? Oh, it's a curved one. Okay, I get it. I got you.
Okay, I'm glad you understand sign language over there.
Yeah.
So, what I was about to say. Welcome to the only family show you need on a Sunday night. because we have family show, guys. And we're doing important things here.
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
All right. So I was hanging out with Sticks Boy 73 yesterday for like an hour. We went to I don't know what to call it. It's a store that actually opens only twice a month, and they have a lot of back issues, usually 50 to 75% off, cover price. And I left Sticks Boy in there. He had a short box. I was done, but I did pick up a few things.
He's probably flipped them all and whatnot by now.
Probably so. Look, X-Men.
That is some X-Men.
They were like $1.
Oh, that's more X-Men.
I know.
Oh, X-Men.
More X-Men.
What?
A lot of X-Men.
I see we're no longer on the 3-book rule.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh,
Oh, that's
classic X-Men. Origin of Binary.
That's a decent pickup.
It says it on the sticker.
Tells you. Stickers are important. That's a barcode variant.
The barcode
As opposed to
variant.
saying it's a newsstand, it's a barcode variant.
Barcode variant, guys. Barcode.
I like that.
I reprint the giant
Nice.
size X-Men.
I like those old reprints. They're just fun to thumb through.
Yeah, I got the old school reprint of the Hulk 180 and 181. It's pretty fun.
God, this art is horrible.
I like it.
That's y'all's childhood.
It is.
There you go, Joe.
Oh, there you go. I'm happy with that. I like that a lot. I'll be happy if I
And Art Adams art. That's all I got. What do you got, Joe?
I'm not going through the ridiculous stacks that I had because I went through them on Friday in the show. So I'm just going to show my Blam and Glam Kickstarter stuff that I got a couple weeks ago. So good old Bang Bez. I love Bang Bez. Bang Bez is fantastic. So I got a couple Bang Bez covers, which are awesome. Richard Morgan cover series. And then we had
Other one, Super StreamYard.
yeah, we had a couple
Damn it.
couple of the other fun covers that were couple of the other fun covers they had there. The Richard Morgan does really cool painted covers.
I did that on
fantastic.
itself by itself. Holy shit!
Oh, look at that.
And you're in the first spot.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, his painted covers are fun. This is one of the few fun Kickstarters I've funded from issue 1 all the way now to issue 13. So I was happy. I was very happy with that. That's all I'm going to show today.
Nice.
I got a bunch of other stuff, but it's too much and too tedious.
Matt, what do you got?
I already showed this stuff, but I got the kind of Wizard magazine with J. Scott Campbell Gen 13 on it. In honor of your list, we have some Jack Pot, Black Cat, Adam Hughes.
Nice, nice.
Werewolf by Night.
That was always a grab. I like that Werewolf by Night cover.
Yeah. Two has Uncanny X-Men.
Ooh.
I like the cover. Sylvester. We got some Big John Mishima cover art.
Nice. I can't pass up a guy. Anytime I see a Conan book in a box, I can't pass it up.
Same
I
here.
can't do it.
I can.
I can't. Oh, they're great stories, good reads, good art.
$2.99.
Nice.
I got all these for like $2, $2, $3. Cloak and Dagger, #1, Terry Austin cover. Defenders #69.
Nice.
Bob Layton and Herb Trimpe.
I'm a sucker for a Hellcat cover.
Oh, there's a good one. We got Chamber of Darkness number 5.
Oh.
Power Man Iron Fist 118. 115. 53. 2 copies of 51. Oh. And Luke Cage Power Man number 23.
Nice.
That's it. Oh, we got, well, I think I already showed this one. No,
I found a couple of books I can show Bruce if you want. If you
All
want to.
I got my Game & Watch.
Game and Watch.
Ooh. All right. So, because Joe's back, I'm going to show that I picked up a Betty Page book because Joe loves his Betty Page.
What the hell?
Yep. And then I did pick up Lost Fantasy. Supposedly it's this new artist's first artwork, so of course I wanted to pick it up. It was on me. It was already on my pre-orders before I even heard about that. I got Narco number 2, just as good as issue 1 in my opinion.
I thought it said Narcan on it for a minute.
The Hab. So the Hab is a really interesting read. It is a read. There's a lot of pages and a lot of words. They're telling you a story. So I don't know how many people are going to like it, but I did enjoy it. So I don't know. Curious what people thought of the Hab. Of course, I got my Suspiria Vilches NSFW cover. There you go, Bruce. I did edit it for you. So
Thank
we're good.
you. I appreciate that.
Yep. And then one of the best books that's out there is Ghost Pepper. So of course I did pick up my Ghost Peppers. I don't know why more people aren't talking about Ghost Peppers because it's a great book. Y es todo.
Has it all. Ya, se acabó.
Se acabó.
Está bien. So, let's start. Is Marvel in serious trouble, guys? I'll let you go first, Nerdy.
Me? So the end of Marvel is nigh. Everyone who loves Spider-Man will never be able to read another Spider-Man comic unless it's one that's already printed because it is done. DC is just gonna, I don't know, I don't care. It's not over. It's just the ebb and flow of everything. DC's on top right now. Marvel was on top for years. It's the way it works. But it's good because when one is used to being on top, the other one works harder to get there, and it makes for better stories. And I want my X-Men and Spider-Man books to be better stories.
Well, Joe, do you have anything to say on this subject? Oh, Joe stepped away. Mama Bear?
I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
I was getting my Hughes box out for later. It's a typical ebb and flow. DC has a larger market share now. It is official. DC's market share is slightly larger than Marvel's now. So there's a little bit of a flip-flop. It's always, the big two always kind of flip-flop, and it's fine. Marvel could use some better editorial control over there. They have valuable properties that in the right writer's hands can be interesting to read. They just have to have a better editor to
You don't like the editor?
No, I've never been a Cebulski fan. I don't think
He's been there since 2017 as the editor in chief.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a very good editor in chief. It's kind of a mess over there and has been for a while.
I think
they'll right the ship eventually, and it'll be fine. They're definitely not going anywhere. It's not Marvel's going bankrupt like back in the day where they were walking a razor's edge of going out of business. They're owned by Disney. They'll be fine.
Yeah, my thing is yeah, I never said Marvel will go out of business. I think if they don't fix what's wrong at Marvel, I think they'll lose even more market share. You know, they could end up behind Image if they keep this up. They're they're bleeding readers like no one's business.
Just remember, in this shitty hobby that we're all in, a publisher is only one good title away from regaining the top. You throw one really good title in there that catches everybody's attention, just like Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman caught everybody. You throw one good title out there like that, and they're right back where they were. It's fine.
I looked up the numbers for the top 50 most sold books for this month so far. 22 out of the 50 were Marvel books. 20 of them were DC. The rest were Image and other ones. Now DC did have most of the top 10, but there were 3.
They had most of the top 20.
There were 3 books in the top 10 by Marvel, and
and one of them was only because of a blind bag.
Okay, so for first quarter of 2026, DC Comics had a 34.7% market share.
Yeah.
Marvel had a 29.4% market
that's
share.
not that far off. They're still kind of like at parity level.
Yeah, and then the next closest is Image at 11.8. So
goddamn.
The 2 big boys are still the 2 big boys, and they'll keep touching tips repeatedly and trading places.
Also, I think that bringing back Joshua Williamson and Chip Zdarsky is a thing headed in the right direction. I think that Uncanny X-Men has actually gotten better since that last event. Although I know they're supposed to do another event, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they laid off the events.
Yeah,
I don't know who in the comic world asked for so many events.
I don't know, but they all do it because DC's got this absolute crisis.
I think you got to point the other way.
I bet absolute, you have a reason to do it because Absolute is hot. People like all the characters, and they're just starting to kind of bring those characters together anyway. That makes sense.
Also, the thing I will say is what Nerdy and Joe said was they kind of swap out like this a lot. One of them will be the top, and one of them won't be. Absolute is hot right now, but there is a chance that the Absolute thing could delude from the legacy titles at DC eventually, or are they going to run out of ideas for this Absolute thing? I mean, after you introduce all the characters you can introduce, we're going to get down to like Absolute Kite Man, Absolute Magpie, Absolute whatever.
I mean, I think they'll continually be able to have stories because Jesus Christ, they've had Batman stories since the late 30s. So, and they've done all right there. But I think a lot of the absolute buzz is very often, oh, look, they're doing a new character. Here, we get to see what this character looks like. We get to see what this character looks like. Once that shine wears off, if they can still carry a good story through, I think you'll still carry a lot of the readers through.
But it is true that DC has, more of the top 10 and everything, and they're doing great right now. But I'm you know what? I'm just glad to see they're doing great. I mean, Marvel's made mistakes, like Joe said. They did a lot of firings or layoffs. I think maybe they should have laid off a couple other people. But we'll see if maybe they might be in the next round. There may be another round. They're streamlining right now. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not a bad thing to trim some of the fat. I don't know. But I don't know. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt. No, go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say the last thing I'll say, and I'll let Mary talk, was just that it's kind of hard to think that they're in trouble actually being cooked or whatever because they are owned by Disney, and they will make a profit either one way or another. If it's not the books, it'll be something. Now, could there be something where they quit making print copies? I hope not. But I think they're all right now. I think right now they're kind of on a, I guess less popular, but you never know. But Avengers Doomsday could go out there and just be the greatest thing since Endgame, and just people start clamoring for comics again. Or maybe they'll have some series come out because they had Avengers Twilight a couple of years ago. It was really awesome. So there's proof out there that they can do good things. because they do have some good
Yeah.
comics out now.
And they're slightly less popular, but not it's negligible in terms of
Yeah,
sales.
that's what I think.
They're still pretty much DC and Marvel are still pretty much right where they're at, pretty much neck and neck for the most part.
You know, it's always a fun thing to have these conversations. You know, it's to see what people's heads are when it comes to Marvel and DC. I understand that, of course, Absolute Batman has a hell of a lot to do with DC's rise, but it's also bringing in a lot of new readers, and the hopes are that whatever issue it ends, Absolute Batman ends at, whether it be 50 or issue 100, like Callie said in the comments, I hope these new readers stick around, because, you know, a lot of these new readers are TikTok readers. That's free advertising for DC all around.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, these
I don't know what that
these,
is.
I don't know. I don't get why these comic book companies haven't been on TikToks more, putting out ads for their comics on TikTok. It doesn't cost that. It doesn't. It's free advertising.
They gotta make a social
Boom
media
does
coordinator.
IG. Boom does IG
Well,
reels
'cause it
all
wouldn't-
the time
Yep.
about their stuff.
Yep.
You know, Boom's always talking about books and doing all that stuff on.
They might need to consider like hiring younger people that are more in tune to that kind of social media thing, though. You know what I mean? On both companies, like, because like you're saying, Boom does a lot of that stuff,
You think-
and Image
think
does
they
some
haven't?
stuff. They have a
Come on, Marvel, get some big titty goth girls to talk about comic books. So we can
God
see
damn
how
it,
is.
Joe.
There you go. I agree with Joe. I approve this message.
Hold on. Let me
wasn't-
get Mama Bear's opinion. Go ahead, Mama Bear.
Okay, first of all, I honestly do believe that they have, unofficially, I'm putting in air quotations, hired, various some YouTubers to promote their products. Absolutely, because there are some people that are 100% gangbusters regardless, but like we've seen with Absolute Batman, that took over TikTok, YouTube Shorts, everywhere
Mhm.
like a firestorm. But when it comes to Marvel, I think it's just in a lull right now, largely because everyone's so obsessed about Absolute Batman and the rest of that universe.
Mhm.
I other than they really need to up their writing game, I think they'll be fine.
Okay. My
They
biggest
still have the
problem
MCU to lean on.
with what? You know, my biggest problem with Marvel is always they have way too many titles. I like I've said, I love X-Men. I've always loved X-Men. But for a new reader to try to get into X-Men comics, it's hard. It really is hard. You know, between the San Francisco stuff, the Krakoa stuff, the Bendis, what was it, Swords, X of Swords. There's a lot, and they just keep adding more and more mutants.
That's why I faulted them when they said, "Hey, look, we're going to do a clean reboot after the Krakoa stuff." They should have just put out X-Men and Uncanny X-Men for a while, even if it was just for a handful of months, where
Also
it's
good
just
point,
those are
Matt.
the only two titles that they're running of the X side, and then if they want to add and start sprinkling in, but they didn't. And you got all those other titles that came in and then folded that were not very good. People just want to go pick up an Uncanny X-Men book and read it and follow it from month to month, and not have to be like, oh, now there's an event, now I have to buy 7 other titles. And some people just want to find a title and read it straight through. Want to follow a single storyline straight through in a single title, and then move on to the next storyline in that title and move on.
Well, if you're going to do an event, at least just make it like like back in the day when maybe there was 2 books you had to read and that was it. Don't
Yeah,
think-
maybe a crossover. I was always fine with an X-Force X-Men or or sorry, X-Factor X-Men type cross. That
don't make it
was
like
fine.
10 comics going in 10 comics. Just don't make it like I gotta get all these. Like I don't like that on either side. But either one of them do that. It's just,
I don't either because it's not like back in the day where the floppies were $1, and you could go out and get this is 7 part. Fine, that's this event's going to cost me $27 because it's 27 books. Now it's you $5, $6, $7 a book.
Yeah. And this whole it's been over a year, and the Doom events just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. It's and then Marvel has such good momentum with the new X titles last year, and then they stopped it for Age of Revelation. Like, what? Why would you do a huge event about Age of Apocalypse no one cared about first time?
They like their events. I don't understand. I still don't understand the event mindset. Like I said, with Absolute, if they have an event, that makes sense to me. You've just introduced a lot of new books, a lot of new characters that are going to have some type of crossover in their universe anyway. Yeah. So you have an event for that. That's fine. It's something new. It's something fresh. But God, Marvel events, it's just like I don't need it. I don't need it.
We just came out of an event in DCKO. Whether you liked it or not, they're not doing an event. They're doing more of I don't even know what to call Reign of Superboys. It's not an event. It's not crossing over. It's just
crossover Supergirl technically.
Well, he's just guest starring in her title, Connor.
Oh, it's more like it's a storyline, basically,
yeah,
right?
It's a storyline. It's not a huge event. Yeah. I think that was smart because we don't need summer events. Let people digest storylines we have in the summer, catch up. Not doing another event after event.
Like I said, crossovers are fine. Crossovers are fun, but events are just I don't know. It's just too much for me. I don't care. I don't give a shit that much about Marvel anymore. To be invested in an event, I have no desire to read an event, and that turns me off from buying a lot of books from just month to month to read because I'm not going to invest in an event.
Yeah, I can agree with that. We what's upcoming next? The Queen in Black. We're getting the Queen in Black in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Along with another Doom event alongside that, and
now I'm not worried about that Doom thing because it's like the Apocalypse thing, Armageddon. I mean, it's because I saw an interview with Chip Zdarsky was talking about him and Joshua Williamson are trying to make it where there's like, so you don't have to keep up all these events, like all these like we were talking about the tie-ins. Zdarsky and Joshua Williamson are wanting to do it where like if there's a couple of books, like okay, if I read these 2 books, I know what's going on. I don't need to pick anything else up.
Yep.
So I could be wrong, but I'm just like if it's bad, I'll come on here. I'll be the first one to admit it sucks.
And this conversation was sparked by layoffs by Marvel Studios, by Marvel Comics, across the board. The head of the VP of editing at Marvel Comics was fired. Let's see what this coming week brings.
They have editors at Marvel?
Huh?
They have editors at Marvel?
Apparently they weren't doing their job. So, I mean,
I think they're on vacation. They've been on vacation for the last 5 years. God damn it. Because I will say this again. I was looking forward to that Kamala Khan X-Men crossover, and that let me down. God damn it. I got a great Talavera cover out of it, though.
Sweet.
But besides that, anything else on Marvel?
No, good.
And the poll says,
we did I didn't cuss anybody out.
They'll find their footing eventually.
I'm just kidding. Me and Bruce were joking about we were trying to bring everybody out earlier in the chat, the group chat. It's like, I'm going to get you, Bruce.
five memberships was gifted. Cali Comics got a membership. Buddy Love got a membership. Mark Flo got a membership. Jimmy Badalitsky got a membership. Comic Lurker got a membership.
Nice. Congrats.
Hey. Let's see. I think Marvel will be in trouble if they didn't do massive cleaning, to be honest. Clearly things are good, going bad. For example, the entire generation now just hasn't even had a big cinematic event.
What's coming in December?
Oh, I will say this. There were comics long before there was comic book movies. I think
I grew up with no Marvel cinematic
There was no
events
events.
growing up.
That's why Daredevil and Punisher are A-listers. I don't think they're A-listers. Daredevil and Punisher are not A-listers.
People like a good Punisher series. People
He's
like
not
a well done Punisher series. And truthfully, Daredevil's been one of the more consistent,
No,
good
but you
Marvel books over the past 10 years.
Yeah, and the show is great.
Right? You can say that, but when Punisher has a series, no one buys it.
What do you mean?
The numbers don't support. The numbers don't support it.
Well, they don't support it at a Spider-Man level.
I don't know how the numbers don't export it.
No, they-
I mean, support it. I mean, everybody's talking about it right now.
A few YouTubers that we know.
All right.
know,
Last episode was cool.
Uh,
I like Punisher.
I'm looking. Issue number 2 of Punisher was number 39 last month.
That's really
Behind
for the level of character he is,
It
that's
was
fine.
still in the top 50 though.
the great Infernal Hulk, which everybody raves about, was 43.
It was still in the top 50 though.
Mhm.
Fantastic Four, number 9, 47. Alias Red Band, number 1, 48. Dork, number 1, 49. X-Men 27, 50.
It was above.
I don't understand this. Star Wars is 24. Who's reading Star Wars comics? I thought all you guys were boycotting everything Star Wars.
I've not bought a Star Wars comic in
I just don't
probably
read it.
2 years, 3 years.
We know
Goddamn
who's
Don.
buying the Star Wars comics. They're on the other show.
You on other show.
But we have seen a direct correlation between, certain comic books getting like really popular right before a show comes out or a movie, because people want to learn about these characters that are going to be in these movies.
Well, I mean,
Good luck doing that through Star Wars comics, because basically you'll have until the show comes out, and then they'll give you a comic that's just a panel by panel what the show was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I understand that a lot of books get popular when movies and TV shows come out, but it's not new people buying these books when they hit eBay. It's flippers selling other flippers. Because by the time a trailer comes out, it's way too late to be trying to buy a book that's hot. Because after the movie comes out, that book is going to drop like a rock. We have seen it time and time again. Movie spec is just dumb for me. Has always been dumb. Don't buy books based on what movie's coming out, because you'll be stuck with that book trying to sell it, or you'll lose money on that book because you paid $500 on a 9.8, and then after the movie comes out, it drops down to $250. We've seen it time and
We
time
say that
again.
every week.
About about Marvel, DC,
Really
everything.
worried about it, though. I mean, that'd be all right.
All right. Let's get into what are we getting into? Oh, maybe I should bring up the screen for the show. Do we have news this week?
Not really.
I don't know. Do we?
What's her name? I saw it was just one of them. It's one of them news stories. I know a news story from that Joe. One of the news stories Joe hates. Actor wants part. What's her name? Diardio. What's her name? She wants to be Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's a new story I could get behind, and in front of, and underneath.
Yeah.
I would definitely,
Mhm.
definitely agree.
You know, just because a book is well written,
I
well
hate to
done,
break it
And
to you,
a
Meyer.
couple of you-
That's his setting.
you know, just because a book is popular on a couple of YouTube channels and talked about, and has good writers on it, Marvel isn't doing anything to promote these books. You can have a million good books if no one's going in the store and reading them, picking them up. You know, what's the point? So that's my conclusion with Marvel Talk for tonight.
It doesn't make them any less good.
I didn't say it didn't. I'm just saying, you know, you can make B-list characters A-list characters. All right. Let's get into some
Very good.
comic book reviews. What the hell? What's going on here?
Well, Cameron, eat your dinner.
You got your news up there.
It's weird. It's not skipping slides.
No, it's not skipping the blank slide or the
Yeah,
past slides.
it's a skip. Hold on 1 second. Let me technical difficulties. This skipped. Okay, let's see. All right. Here we go. We got this week we're reviewing G.I. Joe 21, Fireborn #1, Deathstroke, The Terminator 2, Absolute Batman #19. Is Nerdy Geek still here?
You might be the only one that read them.
I might have. We got Fireborn
No.
#1. It's a character that was introduced in Lost Fantasy #5, I believe. I can't be the only one that read them.
I definitely did not read this because I have not been following Lost Fantasy at all. So I feel
Well, I picked it up. I looked over it. It looks pretty cool, though. I like the black suit guy. It's pretty cool.
Honestly, it was great.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about the universe and the title, but there's only so many indies out there, man.
It's a great first issue. I actually liked this issue a lot more than Dork, White Sky, Tigress Island.
Hey, now watch.
Why?
Just joking.
Yes, I know it has pretty pictures, Joe. It has pretty pictures. But this was a great start for a first issue. We have this kid little poor rich kid that he's neglected by his father. He gets taken over by this dragon egg type thing. It's a good first issue. I'm hoping that this keeps going, and I want to see what. It's been a while since I've been excited about an Image book because that's not G.I. Joe or Transformers.
You know, I couldn't keep up with Lost Fantasy, but I feel like looking at this book, you don't really need to keep up with that to read this one, though, do you?
That's good.
Yeah,
I don't know because I haven't read either.
but this is a good book, Joe. I think you should read it.
I mean, it's good to know if I don't have to go back and read all of Lost Fantasy.
No, you don't.
And that then yeah, it's something I'll probably end up reading and picking up.
Collect the P. All right, then we
Okay,
have.
I will be honest. I
ahead.
haven't read any of the previous series.
Mhm.
This book was absolutely entertaining. It took a bit. There was a bit of back and forth that was a little confusing, but yeah, no, it was thoroughly enjoyable.
Did you feel like you got enough in this one issue to understand the character and the story?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we talk
Yeah,
about.
they covered that pretty well.
This is what we talk about when we got first issues because we have gotten a few spin-off
There's some
issues of
stickers.
other series that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're clunkers.
All right, next up we have G.I. Joe
this was
21
Yo, Joe.
Silent Issue. This was great.
The
All
art was amazing.
Mhm.
And I just did a review of two of the the Cobra silent issues,
Yeah.
and I was talking about in that the key to a good silent issue is all in the artwork, basically. Because the art has to tell a story in a way that makes sense about making the reader, or the person looking at it, get lost. So I thought it did a good job of telling the action. A lot of action in it. It was great.
Panel layout is key.
Yeah,
for,
that's right. Exactly.
silent issue.
That's what I meant. The panel layout is, I really like you see in the center page there, where they did the panel there with the action. I love that.
Yeah, I was shocked that Storm Shadow was with the Joes at 1st.
Mhm.
Wait, what's going on here?
And they got kind of emotional at the end. Because the only reason Scarlet infiltrated that group was because she was protecting Jinx, and then they pull her out, and Jinx is still there, and they don't know if Jinx is dead or alive, right? So this spoiled the whole book, but anyway, and there's a great panel at the end of it where they're like, you see all the people, they're like, oh, we're going to get Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander's a real a-hole.
Yeah, Cobra Commander is a heartless son of a bitch in this.
Yeah, he does not give a damn.
He don't give a fuck about anyone. He really doesn't.
He just wanted that Energon blade.
I want an Energon blade.
John
damn it.
Rowley.
What you think of this, Mama Bear? Joe, did you get to this?
Yeah, because I didn't have to read it.
What'd you think about it?
It was fun. I like that they harken back to the concept of a silent issue. It was done well. It was done well. They've done well with this G.I. Joe series all around. They've made it entertaining. They very easily could have shit the bed by now, but it's still going and it's still decent. So that's all I ask for. I like to be able to pick up a Joe book and read a fun story, and this was fun.
Yeah. And I think it's cool that they picked issue 21 to pull off another silent issue.
Yeah.
And this is also what the I guess the reintroduction of Storm Shadow and the introduction of Storm Shadow into the Energon universe.
Yeah, because he was in the Scarlet Mini series. That didn't really cross over into anything Energon at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
It hit the nostalgia feels in the right way, where it wasn't a cheap money grab at the nostalgia.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe. Nerdy Geek, you back? No Nerdy Geek. See, this is why he gets fired every week. All right. Then we have Deathstroke number 2. Nobody saw that. We get Slade surrounded by this mercenaries trying to kill him. He's trying to get away, and in true Terminator fashion, he kicks their asses. Great second issue. Art is amazing. We get Deathblow and Deadshot back for next issue. I'm just happy to have a good Deathstroke series.
And he makes Deadpool look like a wuss.
I'm happy we'll be getting Ravager soon. That's good.
Yeah, again, Ravager. Rose is always a good character.
Yeah.
They underuse her so much. He was great in Teen Titans, damn it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you think of this, Mama Bear?
Honestly, absolutely fun comic. I was really looking forward to it after the first one.
Yeah.
Or the previous. I'm hooked on this story at this point. I need to know more.
Yeah, it's a great 2 issues so far. Tony Freaks really is bringing his A game with this book.
Yeah, it's a good story, and again, the interior art is really great as well, which doesn't hurt getting through this stuff.
All right, next up we have Absolute Batman 19. We get the Scarecrow, Absolute Scarecrow. Screw that guy. I will say this again. I know people saying that these are just introductions of the same characters, but these versions of these villains are terrifying. They are the stuff of nightmares. They have, I mean, Scarecrow is insane, and then we got the Bat Nasty in the middle panel. Let's go, Bat Nasty. This was a well done. It's probably one of my favorite issues so far. What do you guys think?
I fished through it, but I'm still a couple issues back, so I want to catch up to know where I'm at with everything before I dig into it too much. I like the character. I like the look of the Scarecrow. And he is creepy as shit, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we got Killer Croc. He's regained his human nature. He's no longer a giant crocodile.
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 I'm happy to see people smoking in comics again. That's nice.
Oh, I forgot about that. I think that's how he uses his fear toxin.
Oh, you'll like Fireborn too, then.
Once again, the art is pretty on point for this issue.
Yeah, it's been solid all the way through.
Well,
what you think about it, Matt and Mama?
I'm going to have nightmares about this Scarecrow dude. All I know. In Bruce's life, he's a dick, and also locking out. Well, one thing that Scott Snyder's good at is help set up the next issue and the issue you're reading. So I think that he's doing a good job of that. And again, like I said, hold on. Let me take my turn the camera on so I can take my hats off to Absolute Batman.
Mama Bear, what you think of the issue?
Honestly, that was fantastic. Finally getting to see Scarecrow in full form and like what he's able to do. Absolutely right. Yeah, the Bat Nasty was fun. What was you just gotta love Harley. Like, oh my god.
I love Harley.
But I will completely agree with you guys. The artwork has been solid right across the board. The story writing has been solid since the beginning. And this is like what we're saying. This is what the other companies need to, not showing shade at any, Spider-Man type. Not just, whatever. But this is what they need to look at. Keep the artwork solid, keep the story solid, and let's not throw like 500 different IPs into the mix.
I wish there weren't so many exclusives, because 70 covers for this book is a little much.
And that's like, if that's their only problem, it's pretty good. But like, I feel like it's diluting a little bit. Like,
I think it just turns people off after a while, because it's just
it's like
8 million covers for one book that's on issue 19 is just, and it's not DC doing it. I mean, DC didn't have, DC had their 3 covers in a ratio.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Or 4 covers in a ratio. That's fine.
But do they have any control or say so over, like, hey, we can't let everybody do all these?
They turn down companies all the time. They turn down stores all the time.
Well, they need to start on this book.
I don't know what company would turn down money. Most of the artwork on most of the issues have been decent, at least.
But sometimes you got to be kind of protective of your your golden goose right now. As far as
I forget how many issues do they have to purchase again for
3,000 copies per issue
trade
for
or for
trade.
trade and Virgin?
hmm
Yeah, I mean, if you that's a lot of, but
That's
for
a
those
lot of-
exclusive, just the store exclusives, that's more than the circulation of most books that are out there, most titles in a given
You
week.
know what is that? If you do what 3,000. What's that? What are comics? $4 for the A cover. What's that? What's that? 12,000 per exclusive. Then you throw in some. They have the Virgin, they have the trade, then they have the foil for one store. That's a lot of money coming from one store to DC. And then you throw in 67 covers. That's a lot of money
They were
for
close to
DC.
70 covers. Let's just say there were 70 store exclusive covers. If they had to buy 3,000 of each, that's 210,000 books. Let's just say they have something where they can cut it where if you have 4 or whatever, there's less. Even if you say it's half, that's still 100,000, which is way beyond the print run of almost every other comic book that's out there right now. And that we're just talking about store exclusives.
Mama Bear, you have to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, something's come up.
I hope everything's okay. Message me later. Thank you
Okay,
for
Mom.
showing up.
better take care.
Of course, honey. All right. Catch you later, boys.
All right.
Take care, Mom.
Yeah, 70 covers times 2. That's a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like Joe was saying, that's more than most titles will make in half a year.
Yeah. I mean, most books are churning out maybe 20, 30,000.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of books. It's a lot of books.
A lot of books.
And it's good. It's good if people are picking up and reading them. I don't know, store exclusive. If you like it, buy it. But I wouldn't bank on store exclusives outside of, some of the ones that really catch fire.
Mm-hmm. Like the Man, the Quintana, the Brooks, the Spears. The Spears one is really good. Brooks is really good. Quintana is really good. Actually, there's a lot of good
covers. If you like the art, that's fine.
Yeah.
But, you're paying up for a book where you could buy the A cover. Those have been doing pretty good.
Yeah, $4.99, $3.99 for A cover. All right, let's get into the spec deck.
All right.
The best speculation on the internet is right here, guys. Right here.
I love Creeper Aquaman.
Creeper Aquaman. We're gonna look at some Adam
always
Hughes
creeping.
books, and then after we look at some Adam Hughes books that I chose for this, Joe is gonna show off some of his Adam Hughes books. All right, first up, we have Batgirl 29, the 1 in 25, the Robot Chicken variant.
I've never seen this one.
I know. Last sale was $31 and
Leave it up there.
excuse me, $9.625. There's no CGC sales of this cover.
I got to take a picture of this one.
Is there a Mr. Batgirl? This is a great cover. This is they just added Robin with the word bubble from issue number 1.
I got the original. I have the original cover of this, not that one.
These Robot Chicken covers are getting really hard to find. So, you see them in a while, grab them, pick them up, guys.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 25. It's selling for $31. Still a little bit of ratio, a little above ratio.
You can't, it's not even on eBay. I can't find it on eBay.
Oh, Grumpy, all of the books on tonight's spec list will be Adam Hughes covers. This is Adam Hughes. All right, then we have Big Trouble in Little China, number 1. Last sale was $50 for $13.26. There are no CGC sales of this book.
It's such a good cover.
I believe this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Yes, it says it right there. San Diego Comic-Con 2014. John Carpenter wrote this book.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of those, and
they're all fun. They're all good. There's tons of
fun.
great covers in
I
this
have
series.
this cover, but I have a lot of them. It's a great run. Some of them are hard to find, aren't they, Joe?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, this was a great run back then. All right, then we have a little sexiness. Barbed wire #1. Last sale $8, $415.26.
Yeah,
98
those are
high
such
was
good covers.
$80 back in 2021. Last 9A sale was $19, $612.25. Will you rather an $8 raw or a $19 slab, guys?
I'll get it. I'll be $19 for a slab of that for 9.8 any day of the week.
Yepper.
I bet you it won't be $19 for long.
You're right. You're right, Cyber. Big Trouble in Little China is the origin story of Mortal
It
Kombat.
definitely is. There's no way it ain't. If they tell you it's not, they're freaking lying.
Yep. Now I want to watch Big Trouble in Little China tonight.
Hey, Bruce, I'm going to be reviewing it here in July, I think. So you have to be on the show.
We'll be on it because I do love a green-eyed Chinese woman.
Me too. And I like the trail.
All right, we have A-Force #1 and 1 in 50. Last sale was $56, $1226.25. 9A high for this book was $400 back in 2022. Last 9A sale was $103, $1026.25.
That's nice.
It's a beautiful cover. I remember when this book was. Whew. I can't
Still
believe
not
it.
bad for a 150.
Yeah. You know, $56 or $100 9.8. I'm buying a 9.8 for $100.
Yeah, I'll take the certainty for
Yeah.
100.
That's gorgeous.
It really
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, I say. All right, then we have Catwoman 51. Last sale was $170 for $826. 9A high was $380, $329.23. Last 9A sale was $285 for $17.26. I looked at asking prices for this book. This book is getting $400 to $500 asking. Just wait.
I need this book.
Often
there he's back.
homaged. You can never go wrong with a book that's often homaged.
Adam
Again,
Hughes
the original.
got nerdy back on the camera.
Yep, Adam Hughes did it. Adam Hughes did it.
I will say this. I just picked up a CBCS copy of this signed for way under fair market value. Thank you, CBCS.
And I picked up Catwoman #50 and Tomb Raider 42, 43, 44, 47, 50, and 49.
And as you can see, Aquaman approves of this comic.
Don't forget your Lady Rawhide as well, because that's the one that you can get reasonably out there.
Yep. There's another barbed wire one where she's like cleaning her gun.
Yeah.
With toilet seats. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I got the ash can, Hughes ash can barbed wire one.
Then we have Captain Marvel #1, 1 in 25. Last sale was $34, $612.25. 9A high. This book was $500 back in 2017.
The only reason to buy a Captain Marvel book.
Last 9A sale was $114, $317.26.
I don't know if I paid 34, but I'd pay 20, maybe.
For a 125, I wouldn't complain about 34, but I would want it a little bit cheaper. Probably.
It's not a first on my list for Adam Hughes cover to buy.
No, it's not. It is
No.
lower. No. If I'm paying $20 for an Adam Hughes, I'd rather get a Tomb Raider cover.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough. All right, then we have Convergence 0, 1 in 100. Last sale was $110,
That cover.
$12.25.25. 9A high was $320 back in 2022. Last 9-day sale was $158, $823.25.
I'm a sucker for the old. I'm a sucker for the old Catwoman outfit. I love the old.
Those are some muscular
Catwoman
legs.
was amazing.
CEO, that's how you make muscular legs. They don't have to look like a bodybuilder.
Oh,
Yeah, Eon.
And they don't have to be wet all the time either.
No, they don't have to be wet.
All right, here we go. My last submission to CBCS arrived last Monday. It looks like they got swamped in the last few weeks because they usually show as received 2 days after arriving, but they still don't show as received now. That's good because it usually takes CGC 14 days to show received. 7 days later. So, you know, if you see any Adam Hughes out there, CBCS, grab them, guys. Grab them.
I think my next big purchase will probably be Catwoman 51.
Nice.
Probably later this week.
Then we have G.I. Joe 252, last sale $65, 11/18/24. 9A high was 203.23. Last 9A sale was $130, 8/16/24.
I have that one. I'm happy to say.
Wowzers.
Yeah,
It's hard to do a bad Baroness, but Adam
Yeah, I
Hughes
think-
does a great
I-
Baroness.
I gotta be honest. I think Adam Hughes has done the best Baroness of all time with this one.
It's up there. I don't know if I'm gonna say all time, but it's up there. Definitely up there.
All right, then we have Power Girl #1. Last sale $17, 4/17/26. 9A high was $192 back in 2022. Last CGC 9A sale $91, 2/17/26.
She
Knows how to
looks,
work the boob window.
hey, she looks smart.
So Jim, the thing is what's happening is that Adam Hughes released, what was it, Thursday or Friday,
Yes.
that he has cancer. He's already had surgery, he's on chemo, but he's still in stage 3, so he's no longer going to be doing any work and until he recovers. So that's why all of his stuff is starting to go crazy.
Yeah, even the Harley Quinn straight jacket cover has jumped from $400 to $500 book to people asking $1,000 for that book.
Yep.
Graded 9.8. And you can't find a copy of Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes 23 on eBay except for the Italian, Mexican, and the foil variants.
Yeah, so unfortunately
With
that
Marie-
book may no longer be a book that I can get, and that was one of the next ones that I wanted to get. That was the next one I was hoping to get, and now I don't think I'm ever getting it.
I appreciate you, Nerdy, no matter what Bruce said.
That's right, Bruce.
All right, then we have Spider-Gwen #1 and 1 in 100. Last sale was $35, 3/14/26. This used to be a huge book. 9A high of $800, 8/21/22. Last 9A sale was $375, 11/26/25.
I used to have that one. I think I sold it.
I love
That's
that
a
book.
great book.
This
That's a
is
great.
my favorite cover from Adam Hughes.
Really, this is your favorite?
Yes.
Wow, I would have thought it would have been your Teen Titans book.
Nope.
My favorite Hughes stuff is still his run in Fables. The covers on Fables are some of my favorites.
I love this Gwen Stacy cover. The way he drew Gwen Stacy is just amazing. And that leads us into Joe. Show us some Adam Hughes. I'll be right back, guys.
I grabbed a little bit out of the Hughes stack here. Hey, you can still find Voodoo reasonable out there, and his Voodoo covers are absolutely fantastic. Good stuff. You can go back deep, and I'm guessing these should probably see a jump, but these are all actually signed. But he did all of these spoof comics. There's Justice Brothers. Little Bat Babe. Little Dare Dame. These are all good early Hughes stuff that you can find around, sometimes reasonable. If you want to go the Kickstarter route, there's the Hughes Trigger Girl 6 cover from Paper Films. It's one you don't see very often. I love going back to his old stuff. You can still find Legends of Stargrazers out there to get the good old early Hughes stuff. If you want to go back old as well, there's some signed stuff, some Maze Agency. So if you want your really early Adam Hughes stuff, there's great Maze Agency covers out there.
Amazing.
Pretty much, I have most of the run, and most of them, all the Hughes covers are signed.
Bruce, I sent you something that you can share it, all right?
It's not the first one, but it's the second one.
What is this?
That first one that came out, I so want that book, and I should have bought it back when it was like $250, and now it's just way up there.
You hold that one back up a minute. Does she not look like
Didn't have to tell Joe twice.
It's very Jennifer Lawrence-y.
Look like Drew Barrymore too, back in the 90s.
A little bit, yeah. The original one, she has the wet T-shirt on. The second one they did, she's nude.
I like the wet T-shirt one better.
The Dave Stevens Kickstarter did have.
I forgot about that.
By the way, this is the first Adam Hughes Rocketeer cover. He had not done one before this, which I found insane. I was like, how could Adam Hughes have not done a Rocketeer cover before? This is his first Rocketeer cover. And last but not least, this one, good luck trying to find a comp on this bad boy. This is the holofoil Zorro #1 Lady Rawhide cover from Hughes from the Kickstarter, from the Zorro Kickstarter. This thing is a goes. I can never find a comp for it, so I'm never going to sell it. It is quite pricey. There's a regular non-holofoil cover of this as well that I have, but also you do not see you just don't see them on eBay very often. So that's a nice little taste of Hughes. There's so many good things. Like I said, if you want cheap Hughes, I would say go to those dollar bins and look for Fables books. His Fables covers are awesome, and they are still consistently dirt cheap. I mean, really
I missed the first few.
They're great. They're such great covers. Fables is.
I have that one.
His Fables work is some of my favorite stuff that he did. You know,
I missed the first few books. Did you show any Justice Broads?
Yes, I did show some Justice Broads.
Okay. Those were like the first ones.
I showed some signed Justice Broads.
Ooh.
And Daredevil, I have all the spoof comics. I have Bat Babes and your Justice Broads. There's your Spider Femme and your Super Bed.
Did I hear wet T-shirt? Yes, you did hear wet T-shirt.
Yes.
Matt,
Pop Kill Kickstarter.
Yeah. The original.
Matt wanted us to show this. The Mr. Miracle number 16. I found one for
$60.
Oh, nice.
I would grab it. It's a 9.6. Not bad. Yep. Off for $40.
I got that Adam Hughes. Whee.
I like that one. Little double entendre going on.
Yeah, Black Cat is tugging on Mary Jane's something.
What?
Very foul.
Well, I mean, Mary Jane is part of Venom, right? So she's tugging on something, Mary Jane's. That's why she's giving you that look. She's giving you the side eye, like, oh, you don't know what she's touching.
Oh, jeez. You know, there's some Eagle comics that he did out there. Adam Hughes, he's been doing covers for a long time.
You find that book for under $5 signed slab? Yeah. If you can.
I want to say I have this Mary Jane. Not slab though.
Huh. All right. Then we haven't had this in a long time. Joe's still in said so. What do we got, Joe?
Okay, so for a new comic book day, Headlopper. which I picked up an old trade of Headlopper when I was dollar bin digging the other day, but they're bringing it back, so we're getting new volume. And I do kind of dig the Jeffrey Allen Love black and white 1 in 10. It's kind of a cool cover. Headlopper's fun as well. It's just a fun series. There are a lot of old fans of the series as well, so it might be fun to pick up. For Flaming, I picked the Beauty number 5, and she's been doing a handful of covers lately, and she's very easily mistaken sometimes for Frizen with her style, but she doesn't have a ton of work out there, but she does have a handful of covers out there. I think she's a name that people will start to know pretty soon as well. And for Beyond FOC, yeah, why not Capes number 9? That's a badass Ito cover.
Yeah, love Ito's work.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of work.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be seeing a lot of Ito stuff out there.
And of course, hopefully everybody grabbed that G.I. Joe 1 in 100 Ito this week.
Well, there are two Itos.
There was
in
2?
G.I. Joe. Yeah, there's a Scarlet
two G.I.
and
Joes?
the Storm Shadow. I believe so.
Oh, damn! Who had
I think
the
that-
Scarlet?
Because I know that Storm Shadow was an Ito. I thought the Scarlet was an Ito as well.
No, the Scarlet is an Ito.
No.
Yes.
Nerdy, the Ito foil is up to $300 already.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got 2.
The last sale was $412. That was Friday when I looked.
They're already on their way. Hopefully, I get them tomorrow or Tuesday.
There is one copy of Teen Titans 75 up for sale on eBay, and it's a raw copy. And you want to know how much they're asking for it?
1,500.
$1,000.
Oh,
Or best offer.
I'm thinking of dumping one of my Zatanna. I have 2 Zatanna 16s, one slabbed, one's not. I'm trying to think if I want to dump one of them.
Joe, if you want to dump one, talk to me first, please.
All right, and then that leads us into everybody's favorite segment. Flaming hot covers of the week for New Comic Book Day on the 22nd this week. How many DC or Mark Spears covers will be on this list? I will give you a hint. There are a lot of good DC covers this week.
I'm just gonna go with 4. I don't care.
Yeah, you cheat anyway, so I'm just gonna throw a random number up. 6,
7.
whatever. Who gives a shit?
I like going middle of the road at 5. But
6, 5. I forgot about the poll. Let me end the poll. We had is Marvel Comics in serious trouble? Yes, 55%. No, 45%. So everyone
All right.
thinks Marvel's in trouble.
Hey, before we get started with this, can I ask, did everybody like the books this week?
Huh?
Did everyone like the books this week? Because I didn't. I wasn't here for it.
Yes, the ones that people read. Yes,
Yeah, they were all good. I really liked them.
they were all good.
yeah, it was good selection.
Jim says 5. All right, let's get to the number 10. I am a sucker for a good video game homage. Death Fight number 3, cover A by McLean. Little Sega Genesis action going on in cover A.
For all you Sega kids,
Sega. It looks super.
I remember
ugly.
the Sega.
Just like Genesis covers look super ugly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of great Genesis cover art from their games that I can remember. Nothing that just sticks out as like, wow, that was a classic cover.
I always thought they were cool though, but that's just me.
The X-Men game on the Genesis was fantastic, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bruce, you closed the poll before I could vote.
It wouldn't have made a difference. There was
Yeah.
like 20 votes for yes and 2 votes for no, or something like that.
55 to 45%. I don't think that's what it
There
breaks
were
down
20
to.
votes for yes. And
In my head, it
2 for no.
does.
That math ain't mathing.
45%. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, the poll is down. I can make it whatever number I want. All right. At number 9. Spider-Man, Superman #1, the Sanford Green variant. This is not a DC book. This is a Marvel book.
This is a Marvel book.
Yep.
DC had their shot.
I love Sanford Green covers. I can't complain about it. I like Sanford Green's work.
Same here. This is probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite cover out of all 75 covers that Marvel put out this week, with no exclusives. At number 8. We had the new history of the DC universe, the Dakota Incident, #1, second print, Dan Mora variant.
That's nice they went to second print.
Yep. It deserved it. It was a really good read. And if you didn't know anything about history of Static and Hardware and Rocket and all those other great characters, it gave you a great jumping on point. This is where the party's at. Degrassi.
Degrassi.
Now we can watch DC shove all of the milestone characters into a file cabinet until next February, because that seems to be their MO. It's like I just don't understand why they can't just give it.
Well, there's I didn't cover it, but there was they reaffirmed that there's a Static movie in development.
Joe speaks the truth.
I would like to see a reasonable ongoing Static look.
I agree.
That would be nice.
All right, then we have at number 7. Detective Comics 1108, the Dustin Nguyen variant.
I like Dustin Nguyen covers.
Yeah, it's different. It's different from what you're used to with him.
There's just enough fishnets on there for me to want to buy it.
That reminds me. So, has everyone seen the covers for Absolute Green Lantern?
Yes.
Oh, or not Green Lantern. I'm sorry, Green Arrow.
An Arrow.
Yeah, and we've seen the Tula Lote cover.
There's a Tula Lote cover.
There's a Tula Lote cover. It's like cover D. Is that Black Canary on the cover? Are we getting an Absolute Black Canary as well?
Yeah, I thought that was known that Black Canary's trying to find out who killed Oliver.
I don't know. I don't read the synopsis. I don't want to have it ruined for me.
I'm afraid the usual fighting within Milestone keeps it from being published consistently. Milestone creators are talented but temperamental divas. That makes sense. Vlogs is back again.
Vlogs.
Number 6. So body horror #1, the cover A, Derek Jones. This is sick. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, all their little spin-offs that they do with this are always fun. They're always good.
She really shouldn't lick that. She's going to get some kind of impetigo or something.
Okay, if anybody's going to know, it's going to be Joe. Her name is Darcy. Is that right, Joe?
I can't remember.
Chat, do y'all know what her name is? I thought it was Darcy, but I can't
I'm
remember.
over the age of 50. I can't keep something in my head for more than 3 days anymore.
Marcy Darcy.
Marcy Darcy.
By the way, this is the that Nerdy was talking about.
Yeah, that's I think that's
Black Canary.
Black Canary.
Yep. That's what I figured. I'm like, I don't know who else it would be.
Hey.
At number 5. We have Sorcerer Supreme number 5, Fen Yang variant.
I like Fen Yang covers.
I'm not reading the book, but nice covers.
That was on my top 10 this week.
Oh, still only 2 DC books. Wow.
Yep. Because everyone went high, so Bruce pulled out the low list.
Everybody,
The
not
list
everybody
was already up this week. It was already on the board when I.
Yeah, because you can't switch or you can't have multiple ones up on the board.
At number 4, ignoring nerdy. In Your Skin number 1, the 1 in 25 Tula Lote incentive.
Yeah, I like the A cover on this too.
Yeah, that was good too.
I love Tula Lote, but this isn't one of my favorite covers of hers.
It's different.
It could have been more. It could have been more erotic. That's all.
That's what it's missing.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be more erotic.
Yes, a lot more neurotic.
At number 3, Absolute Wonder Woman 19, the Ben Oliver variant.
I just love Ben Oliver's work.
So
It's a
good.
good cover.
I like it.
Yeah, nice and simple. I like a good simple Wonder Woman cover.
2 more left. At number 2, Amparella number 1 and 1 in 20 Lucio Parillo incentive.
There are some very good store exclusives on Vampirella one. Some good stuff out there.
Lucho Parillo does some of the best Vampirellas that are out there.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
and he just cranks them out, man. He cranks them out, and they're all good.
I think after I get my next Grail, that's the next thing I'm saving up for. I'm gonna get an original piece by Parillo.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
I'm thinking something to do with Conan. That's what I'm wanting.
That'd be cool.
All right. And final cover on the list. Amparella number 1, 1 in 15 Derek Chu.
I was only off by 1. That's pretty good.
I was off by 3.
Like it.
There
He
were
like
3
a thick
DC
shoe
books
does.
on the list this week.
He likes them pogs.
Can she do this without her back being broken?
Probably not.
We'll see.
Later, Cyber. And that leads us into some heritage stuff.
Yeah, heritage.
So this week on In Heritage Auction Sales, we have Chamber of Chills number 9 from Harvey 1952, a CGC 7.0 cream to off-white pages, sold for $732. There are 54 on the census, 85 being the highest grade, and there is 1. We can get some great Golden Age below $1,000, guys.
I love seeing those old labels, those old CGC labels. You see them all the time in the heritage stuff with the.
Those slabs are so easy to open and close.
It's just, I mean, there's not a lot of these books, and a lot of these people graded these books early on.
Side note, holy smoke, she's amazing. Will you marry me? DC has at least tried and failed multiple times with Milestone Media. Marvel hasn't touched their rights to the Malibu catalog. Oh, I forgot about the Malibu stuff that they own.
Why would you want to touch any of it anyway?
Because it was great characters, great story. Malibu has some really good comics back then.
Oh, yeah.
How about Marvel just come out with the Miles Morales and like stick with it for a little while?
Well, they went to 42 issues this time.
Yeah, but how many of them were not part of some type of crossover event?
30?
30 of them, I guess.
Yeah, bastards. All right, then we have Four Colors 596 Dell 1954, a CGC 2.0, which presents really well. White pages on a 2.0. Sold for $207. There are 276 on the census. 3 9.4s, which is the highest grade.
Now, that's a Turok I can get behind.
Turok.
Ooh.
It's not better than the '90s one though. No, that was epic. I'm just kidding. No, I love that cover right there. I love the old school painted covers like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheap golden age out there. If you want to dip your toes in some golden age, like Nerdy has in the last week. Congrats, Nerdy.
Yep.
Thank you, Bruce.
Good.
Even though you
You're good.
scolded me yesterday for it.
Of course, I didn't scold you. I just all right. Let's talk about this. Since you brought it up,
I didn't
Joe.
bring it up. You brought it up.
a whatnot seller tells you that a book is about 85.90, right? Golden age, a high grade. Let's just say a high grade.
A whatnot seller is telling me
No,
that
no,
in
wait.
the golden age.
Hold on, Joe. This whatnot seller is somebody that have been buying from for at least 3 years. They've never led me astray. He told me this book would be a high grade if not for these things that are wrong with it.
No.
Now go, Bruce. He didn't say this
If
is
it
this.
cover, it would be a 9.
Okay. All 3 of his books from the Golden Age, someone cut out the coupons in the book. Now, and he said this is a complete book.
No, he
Yeah.
said it's not a
If
complete
you want a purple
book. He
label.
never said it was.
What did he say? It doesn't affect
He
the
said
story.
it doesn't affect the story, and he showed me where he counted all the pages out. He showed me where the coupon was clipped out, and it's on one page on each book. That was it. But if you look at the books, they look fantastic. Like no spine ticks. They look amazing. So I'm like, you know what? If he gives me a good price, I will take them. And I'm not buying these to flip. Like I had been saying, I want to start picking up vintage Mary Marvel, and these are vintage Marvel family with Mary Marvel on the cover. So I bought 3 of them.
I mean,
I only paid
listen,
$3,000, Joe. I thought it was a good deal.
I mean, if you get them graded and they grade very high, they'll, it'll be a green label, or it'll be green or purple.
Like I said, I'm not looking to flip these. These are just for me to have in my collection. I might even just buy a comic capsule Golden Age and just put them in there and be done with it.
Like I said, I always feel. I mean, if you're buying for personal collection and you want something nice, hey, I have no problem with that. I'm sure I got probably a ton of books sitting in there that I haven't flipped through that are missing a Marvel value stamp. They're not going.
Yeah, see, that's what I was
PC.
saying. Like this guy has never said, "Hey, this book is perfect," and then when I flipped through it, no, he told me, "Hey, look, these look fantastic, but this is what's wrong with them." He's always done with that with me, so I trusted him.
Yeah, it's always hard to price that because it's like, well, it's a high grade book, but it's not going to be a blue label.
No, and he threw in a free $5 book that I already had him holding on to me. So don't forget that.
That's always a nice bonus.
Yeah, it was a J. Scott Campbell.
Oh, there you go.
All right, then we
The
have
effort.
Miss Fury number 7 from
Yeah.
Timely 1943. CGC 4.5 cream to off-white pages sold for $536. 57 on the census. 9.2 is the highest grade. There are 2.
I really love that cover. by the way.
I love the old Miss Fury covers. They're so good.
What? Who's the artist?
The artist on this is
Sure.
wait. I can't even read that. Mills.
Millie Bobby
That's-
Brown.
That's the problem with a lot of Golden Age too. Is a lot of them, even when you buy them slabbed, they're not remarked on there with who did it because half the time they don't even know who did it.
Well, that's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, it's a really nice cover right there.
And it's complete.
That's
All
what
right.
you think.
Then we have Planet Comics 51 from Fiction 1947.
Let's
A
go.
CGC 6.5 off-white pages. Sold for $512. 130 on the census. 594.
That's awesome too.
Some of the Planet
And I
stuff has
believe
come
this
down.
is a Joe Doolin cover. Joe Doolin cover.
All right. It's around that time, so it's good. It's a good chance. Yeah, the Planet Comic stuff has come down a little bit in price,
Mhm.
which is kind of nice. But the other Fiction House stuff has gone up in price, so they're kind of leveling off there.
Yeah, 'cause, there was some. Well, last year there was a lot of high grade sales of Planet Comics.
Yeah,
Unprecedented high grade sales of Planet Comics.
yeah.
So there's still you can still get a $512 is a great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad at all.
I looked up
And,
one.
and a 6.5 is going to look sharp.
No one I found was the 7.0 and they're asking $1,800 for it. I think I'll pass on that one.
Well, you got to go to either Heritage or Comic Link to get these deals because a lot of these books go up for auction. Trying to get them from eBay, not so much. You're not going to get great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
deals.
just remember if you buy it for $512 off of Heritage, you're probably going to end up spending about $600 after the after the buyer's fee and their expensive shipping. It's going to be about $600.
Yeah, Comic Link shipping is expensive. All right, and then finally, we have Superboy. Adventure Comics 154. D's KG Murray from 1951. CGC 9.2. White pages sold for $159. 25 on the census. 9.6 is the highest grade. This was not put out by DC Comics. KG. Interesting.
KG Comics.
This is the Australian edition of Adventure Comics.
There you go.
That's why it's KG. It's a great cover, actually. It looks,
It's amazing that it's a 9.2 for being foreign.
yeah, I would think it would smell like and look like a kangaroo hopped all over it.
Yeah.
It smells like Vegemite.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I can attest that I can testify that foreign comics smell bad.
They do?
They
Really?
do.
Wow.
Racist.
Wonder-
What? How's that racist?
Saying foreigners, all foreigners stink.
I didn't say all foreigners stink. I said all
That's
comics.
what I heard.
Just
Foreign
the-
comics they stink. Yay! And we are done with another show.
That was quick. It felt like we've only been doing it for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you only been on screen 20 minutes. And everybody doesn't have the luxury of having an 8-course meal on a Sunday during the show.
Should have married
I-
better.
Yeah,
I
we
ate
should-
during the show, so just saying.
So
I'm gonna go eat,
please hit
I'm
that
gonna go eat
like,
some string cheese for
subscribe.
dinner.
I had some enchiladas with rice, coca mexicana. It was good.
I wanted to deport your whole freaking meal.
Oh, thank you, Degrassi. You're xenophobic, Bruce.
Hey, it's a trend. Next weekend, I will be on Only Slabs on Rob Backstack's channel for Comics Curing Cancer. I will be showing off 25 slabs of just awesome books. So make sure, look at that guy. April 25th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're watching
You
Rob
got pulp there?
Backstack.
Gee,
Only
got a pulp
slab.
in your hand?
Huh?
Got a pulp in your hand?
Oh, you never seen that pulp? Oh, hold
Nice.
up. While you do that, what you got going on, guys?
I'm interviewing. You guys, I don't know if you probably don't know him. Bruce knows him, I think. He's on my Thursday show all the time. Brian Barrett. He's going to be my guest on Tuesday for Comic Conversations. But I'm going to be on the Pop Culture Philosophers channel for 420. We're reviewing Up in Smoke with Cheech and Chong. And
Nice.
maybe
Great movie.
we'll work away from strawberries and learn how to pick up goddamn bananas. Yeah, shit kid. And then Wednesday on my channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are doing a deep dive into the Rocky franchise. We're going to talk about
Wonderful.
Rocky 1 through 5 and Balboa. Well,
You can talk about taking Adrian to the zoo.
yeah. Polly's kind of a dick to most of the movies, and
Yeah, Paulie's a big dick in the first one
and we're
specifically.
going to and he's beat his sister up. What a shithead! But we're going to talk about we're going to try to debate on which one we think's the best one. I'm leaning towards part 3 or part 4 personally. Because
I'm a sucker for Rocky 1
Yeah.
all the way.
Me too, but. In Rocky 4, he did single-handedly defeat communism. He didn't. Dolph Lundgren was even Russian. He's like Swedish, I think, or something.
4 had the best training montage. I'll give you that much.
Oh,
Yeah, it did. If it didn't want to get you into shape, I don't know what would.
That's the problem. That movie set up these stupid montages for movies going forward. Everybody needs a goddamn montage to see a hero's journey because of goddamn Rocky.
Leave it up to Bruce to hate on Rocky 4.
Yeah.
But I tell you which I think is the most motivational one to me is part 3. Only for the part where he sparred with Apollo Creed and Rocky's like, we'll just do this tomorrow. And Apollo's like, there is no tomorrow, Rock.
What the hell?
Bruce, you you loved Rocky and Apollo sprinting on that beach.
I did not.
Liar.
Did you know that Friday 13 Part 6, Jason Lives director Tom McLaughlin pitched a Cheech and Chong meet Jason crossover?
I
believe it.
To see that. I would have paid to see that.
Yes.
And here's the link for next Saturday's show. Please sub up so you don't miss my appearance on Only Slabs. All the proceeds from super chats and memberships go to cancer research, guys. So please show up, open your wallets because cancer sucks. And Joe, I have a Pope.
Oh, look at you. Nice.
I like it, that bad boy.
I have tons of pulps, just none of them slabbed.
There's only one I have slab.
I love pulps, and I think they look sharp in the slab too.
It doesn't look like it was pressed at all.
Yeah, most of them aren't.
I'm afraid to open it. I don't want the fall
Oh, don't
apart.
even try that. The paper in pulps is so
I know
so much fall.
apart.
Yeah.
And we got a nice cover by Alex Schomburg. And I got this for a song. I got this for like under $100. Or
And the nice thing is, because there's not a ton of pulps graded, the census for it is pretty. I mean, you very well could have the highest graded in the census. You never know. Check.
I don't know that nobody really cares, but I just wanted to comment that I am watching Eddie Guerrero wrestle Nature Boy Ric Flair right now.
Eddie Guerrero. I loved watching him wrestle.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's really enjoyable watching him wrestle. I wish he was still alive.
Yeah, I was watching that with my nephews whenever he had his heart attack.
we're
and I
gonna
was
get
like,
Rocky
"Whoa."
series on Amazon.
Hey, yo,
Who's gonna play Rocky?
I don't know anybody but Stallone because he's a horrible actor.
18 will be
Hey.
playing Rocky.
Rocky 1 was a touching, wonderful movie.
Yes, it was.
I don't have feelings, so no.
No, liar, pants on fire.
Ah, you got caught out.
Can we get Rocky's granddaughter?
I have a signed Talia Shire
Rocky.
picture
Her
somewhere.
name is
from
Raquel,
Rocky
and they
1.
call her Rocky.
She could fight. She could be in the UFC and beat up Ronda Rousey or something.
So with that, guys, have a good night. Take care. Hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you again Wednesday on Renovision on the Tax Show. Me arguing with Marco for the whole show or yelling. Have a good night, guys.